Hi guys, welcome to another experimental corner video where we are going to see if we can continue forcing Knuckles into Sonic's route. So with that being said, the next one we want to look at is Carnival Night Zone Act 2. So we'll just play as Knuckles and then we'll see how he fares if you try and force him into Sonic's route. So 3, 2, 1, let's begin the experiment. I just want to see. You can just climb your way up the walls here. This way will force you up to Sonic's route. Ow. That wasn't meant to happen though. And then we'll soon find out. So we'll have a look to see if we can and whether or not it's a good idea. Well, you can, because that's where I am at the moment. But the question is, should you? That's a good way to go. And I'm also thinking, there's a ring, there's a giant ring location which we're not going to go for. What we are going to go for. Let's just quickly get this Chaos Emerald. Yeah, let's just quickly get this Chaos Emerald. Just going to pause that a moment. I'm going to move myself down so you can actually see the ring counter as well. Let's continue. So I've got them counting down this time, the rings it is. There's a continue. And then we'll see how many Chaos Emeralds you can get when you're forcing yourself down Sonic's route. Well, that should hopefully give me an extra life. It does, I've got 4. And again, we want to force ourselves down Sonic's route. Let's quickly grab that. Let's do that as well. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I did, however. I don't think I can do up here. Get rid of those. Get another emerald. So I'm going to make sure this turns into a thorough experiment. I've already gone off to a shaky start. And we're already speeding up. And I'm bashing into bumpers as well. There is a way of going around those and avoiding the possibility of running into any red spheres. And I showed you that in an earlier video as well. That'll give me 2 extra lives because I picked one up in that stage, and then I've got one there as well, so yeah, I've got 6 now. One thing you'll notice actually is because Knuckles is the one that ends up activating the switch that turns the lights off when you're playing as Sonic, you'll find it'll have no water either. But there's something else I want to show you as well, which you probably would have missed. And as if you go to the left of you there's another giant ring for an emerald. Which I'll gladly take. But of course, if you go down Knuckles' route, you don't get any giant rings. Not in Act 2 anyway. So I think to myself, while you can force Knuckles to go down Sonic's route, the other question that would be burning on anyone's mind is, should you? This is where I need to concentrate. Yeah, I jumped too soon. Normally you would jump over and then you get the last 16, but yeah, I jumped too soon. At least I got a continue out of that. Am I really going to spam the living fuck out of these point bumpers? I think I am going to spam the living fuck out of these point bumpers. Ouch! I just got spiked up the arse. Now this is what I'm after. This is exactly what I'm after. That will come in handy, although there's no water for Knuckles. Whoops. So I said the water bubble will come in handy if you were playing as Sonic. But since you're playing as Knuckles, it's completely irrelevant. That was an extra life. I wonder what that would have been. Thank you. That's 80 rings under the belt. So we're 10 minutes in, and that's where the switch would have been. Don't want to die, and I would have done if I lingered about any longer. As I mentioned earlier, Knuckles has no water. Particularly in this area, it comes in handy because when you're playing a Sonic, you do get water, even though it does descend. There's another trick I want to show you while I'm here. I'm just going to quickly go across though to see. Oops. But watch this. You could just run your way over. And you've got some rings at the bottom. Let's not spam the living fuck out of those point bumpers. And more importantly, let's not die. I wonder if there are any more opportunities for Chaos Emeralds. I'll have that one. I wouldn't have died if I ended up there, but yeah, don't piss me off. Hey, I've got an achievement. Well, that would come in handy. And that would have turned the lights back on. It might interest you to know actually that I'm already 5.5 minutes into the level, so if you did force yourself into Sonic Street while playing this, but if you didn't force yourself into Sonic's route while playing this, you would have completed it by now, and I've just missed out on an extra life. So if you didn't force yourself into Sonic's route while playing as Knuckles, you would have beat the level by now. Try not to die. Now! I think there is another one. Let's quick way to force yourself further into the level. It's probably not a good idea to force yourself into Sonic's boss because you might not make it. But can you force yourself into Sonic's boss? That's where Knuckles would have finished normally. I think you can. But of course, because of that, you have to. You can. But I don't think you should. recovered the life counter as well when I put that at the top. Ow! I had 374 rings earlier. Get that ring. I thought the magnetic shield protected you from that. That bit always catches me off guard. Right, well I've got infinite time, so that's good to know. Didn't get any hits that time. I got hit, but didn't do any with Knuckles. Didn't deal any damage to Robotnik though. Grab that ring before it's too late. So 10 minutes in now. Right, too late, I didn't get the ring. You can force yourself into Sonic's route. And I beat the boss with Knuckles. But I think this is going to be one of those rare moments yet where I get absolutely nothing at all in bonuses. But let's see, just out of interest, what would happen here when it put you into Sonic's route here. No, but it did Tails. So I hope you enjoyed that experiment. What we'll do in this case is we will play the same thing again. And this is what happens when you play it normally under Knuckles' route. I think at this point I'd end up moving my camera to the bottom right hand corner. Ow, I just got spiked up the arse. That goes across there, there's a checkpoint. The one thing that you'd have noticed is that, and I mentioned it earlier, is that Knuckles doesn't get any giant rings here. Can't necessarily force yourself into Sonic's route this way. That does that would have forced you into Sonic's route. And there we go. And I finished it 9 minutes faster. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.